What's up, guys? I want to thank Kinda Fit, Kinda Fat Apparel for sponsoring the dumbbell press at the 2022 Shaw Classic. Really exciting event. If you are looking forward to 2023, you are in luck because the tickets for the 2023 Shaw Classic will be live on November 3rd. If you're a Shaw Elite Club member, you will get early access. Hope you guys enjoy this event.
Guest analyst Nick Best joining me now. And Nick, we go on to the final event. First of all, let's talk about these athletes and where they're at physically with 3 events completed.
Yeah, they're beat up by now. And so they're feeling the pain. That yoke is crushing. I mean, 1,117 pounds is not very light, and they're trying to sprint with it and basically do a human drag race with 1117.
Let's talk about this last event because this is such an awkward apparatus. Not only is the bar massive, but that weight in one hand, 260 plus pounds.
Yeah, so I think they're 240, but
242, my mistake, 242.
So it's 240, but you're holding it on a Coke can. So at home, grab a Coke can and realize that's what you're trying to balance this thing above your head to where you can drop it on your nugget and balance that. So yeah, it's pretty serious. It's a fun event, but it could be a little dangerous.
They will be going head to head, but it's really the number of reps that you can do.
Right.
And right now we've got Gabriel who's up and running by himself. Now this is going to be a little more challenging, but again, it's a timed event. He's got 75 seconds to get as many as he can.
Right. And so if you'll see what he's doing, he's bracing it into his forearm, and then he pushes with his forearm. So it's a really good technique that he's using, and he's using his legs.
Gabriel, a 25-year-old, 6'2", 335 out of Quebec City, Quebec. 13th at last year's Shaw Classic, Canada's strongest man in 2021.
He's a pretty strong guy.
Yeah, and he was in the final this year, his first time at the World's Strongest Man in Sacramento, and he makes the finals, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, you make the final World's Strongest Man, you're doing something pretty good right now. So he got some pretty good credentials. He's a strong dude, he's got pretty good reps.
But at the end of a long day, I mean, this event, we've talked a lot about it. Everyone said this is one of the heaviest events, and we're not talking about the apparatus, we're not talking about the combined weight of the athletes. This is a heavy event. This is not just a 2 event in a day or 3 event a day. This is 4 and 4, and they don't even do that at World's Strongest Man. They don't go 4 and 4.
No, they don't. So it's a grueling day. It's a good test of strength, and you're going to be pretty beat up. And now it's going to be who's got the desire to come back tomorrow.
You got to be hungry.
Hurt.
Yeah.
You have to want to hurt to come back tomorrow and let it all out again.
So the first pairing we've got after Rion went by himself, we've got the Canadian, the American, Maxime Boudreau, the 30-year-old out of Kapuskasing, Ontario.
Yep.
3rd place, the World's Strongest Man in 2021. 5th place in this year's competition. He's been at the Shaw Classic before, finished 3rd at the last year's Classic. He'll be going head-to-head with Kevin Ferris, who, for my money, has been somewhat of a surprise. He came out of the gate pretty hot.
Oh, he's coming out of the gate pretty hot, and then Kevin's also a very good athlete. He's made the finals at World's Strongest Man. He's an unbelievable athlete, and people continually and methodically overlook him. He's not to be overlooked. This dude is real.
He told me this is one of his favorite events, or one of the events he was looking most forward to. So we'll tell again what they're in hand. That's 242 pounds or 110 kilograms.
Yep.
They've got 75 seconds to do as many reps as possible.
And 75 seconds is actually a little longer, too, so this could be a lot more reps.
Wow, Boudreau quickly gets it to shoulder. And this is one of those events that almost everyone we talked to said, if you've had any kind of shoulder injury in the past, it's going to flare up now. Oh, man, being able to just press it up, that is so awkward.
Yeah, and then the balance. Now they have nothing in their legs after doing that yoke. So they're not getting the drive that they normally get, which is why you're seeing the bar not go into position. The dumbbell not hit the right spot when they're up. See, Kevin finally got it locked out. Max too.
You talk about having the stamina and the cardio to be able to go 4 events in one day, knowing that you've got to go 4 more tomorrow. Forget the physical, the mental drain is just, what do I got left?
Yeah, and I mean, it would almost be like training for special forces and stuff like that. You have to keep going even when it's not very fun. No matter what, you're still doing it. So the mental toughness is there, it's real. And
how hard is it psychologically when you think you've got a lockout and the judges don't give you the lockout, like right there, Boudreau.
Yeah.
He was 3/4 of the way there and nothing.
Nothing. It can be pretty agitating.
See if Kevin Ferris can get
one
more. They gave it to him.
Yeah.
Max is kind of pleading his case that he should have maybe have gotten one more.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Chad is a pretty stick record.
Yeah. They got Mark Philippi down there. They got all the legends.
We are a community dedicated to those who love fitness and food.
We have a mission to show that you can pursue your personal fitness goals and enjoy the process.
We are committed to creating a community where you can be and should be proud of your body.
No matter what stage of the fitness journey you are on.
From fat to fit.
Hit them PRs, make them gains, and eat that donut.
Join the brand, join the message, join the movement.
I want to remind you and thank our sponsors while we have a moment, Rogue Fitness, Celsius, Evolution Athletics, and Undefined Nutrition. And this fourth event, this is my favorite sponsor of the day. Kind of fit, kind of fat. I relate more to the second part of that. Kind of fit, but kind of fat. I'm in that same thing. Crazy. Oh, man, I've just got dad bod written all over me. All right, Nick, let's talk about this next.
How many moves?
Let's talk about this next pairing. Yeah. Ivars Smarkstelis of Latvia and Bobby Thompson of the USA.
Both of these guys are very good overhead pressers. Bobby for a while had the American record in the log. I think he still does, actually. And then Ivars is just flat out tough. So this should be a good event for him. So this should be pretty interesting.
Thompson on the left side of your screen in the red. Ivars gets his up.
Yeah, they both nailed those.
And how key is it to get those first two before your body's completely gassed?
Well, it's pretty key because now you got a good attitude and your mind's not going, oh God, I just missed the first one.
And this is where I guess, Nick, going later in the event helps you out because you know exactly what you need. These guys know if they get more than two, they're going to move into first place, which is what Ivars just did.
Yeah, which is always an advantage for going later. So that's why you struggle so hard to get to those positions. But both of these guys are very good at overhead press.
Ivars gets that fourth one. Thompson gets it, locks it out, so they're even on it.
So now we got a full 75 seconds, so we're hitting 5,000 feet. So where does the elevation kick in?
Ivars says that's enough, so he will sit on 4. And the fans here inside the Budweiser Event Center trying to cheer him on.
Yeah,
gets
Bobby
it.
Bobby showed off a little bit there.
That was a statement
That's
hold.
Awesome.
242 pounds in hand, 110 kilograms. We'll go down to Matt Eisman and get the official word once he recollects his clipboard.
All right, right there, top of the judges. Smarkstelis credited for 3 reps, and your new leader with 5 reps, Bobby Thompson.
So they took a 1 away from Ivars.
Yeah, I thought he had 4. He only got 3. Oh, this will be a great matchup here. How about this? Evan Singleton and Brian Shaw. Evan did say, though, that this is one of his least favorite events. Now, he won last year's event doing 7 reps, but he said his shoulder, like you alluded to, not in 100%. So the 29-year-old from Nashville, Tennessee, 6'6", 350 pounds, going up against the 4-time World's Strongest Man champion and avid shoe collector of Jordans, Brian Shaw.
Size, what, 17?
Something massive like that. He goes into the outlet stores and he'll just clean out anything they've got in 17. He'll take them all.
This is a good event for me, so this should be good.
So Brian Shaw, 15-time World's Strongest Man competitor, 3-time Arnold Classic champion, took the Shaw Classic the first year and did one of the classiest things I've ever seen. Donated his money back into the pot, so everyone got a couple extra grand.
Yeah, that's just a love of the sport and a love of the guys. So.
And that's why when Brian Shaw calls and invites you to the Shaw Classic,
you show up.
You show. And you don't just show up and give the fans a show.
And give your heart and soul to it.
Here we go, 75 seconds away, 242 pounds in hand. One apiece, but I tell you what, Brian's form looks spot on.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not going to give it to him.
Wow. Philippi.
That time. So Brian, amazingly, will switch off between his left and his right.
Hand. He's ambidextrous. He's an ambidextrous presser.
He's an ambidextrous nightmare for his competitors.
Yes, he is.
He gets both of them up.
So he's at 3.
This fourth one's going to be huge.
That's 4.
Is he leaving the ground? Is he jumping?
Yes.
Brian already weighs 425 pounds, and then you tack on 242, so he's close to 700 pounds getting off the ground.
Like it's nothing. And he's still like he's fresh. I love watching him do this event.
Evan.
But now he knows he's got Novikov coming up, and he's really good at this, so B's probably going to still keep trying to hit him.
Probably got time for one more.
Come on, B.
Well, the wraps are coming off.
Yeah.
This is kind of like the end of the concert. If the band leaves the stage and the house lights come up,
It's
concert's over. The wraps come off, the fellas say it's over. All right, so with an official decision and tally, let's send it back down to Matt Eisman and see what the judges have given Brian Shaw and Evan Singleton.
Evan Singleton credited for 4 reps, and now tied with Bobby Thompson and first, Brian Shaw, 5 reps.
So Brian did exactly what he needed to do, stay consistent. You know, Terry Hollins talked all the way about you don't have to win every event.
No.
Get in the top 3 or 4, and you're going to be there at the end. This event to me is, I don't know how you explain it if you're a psychologist, somehow go to your happy place because this is going to hurt for the next 75 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much the whole contest, actually.
This one's really going to hurt the shoulders. You're going to feel everything. So it'll be Trey Mitchell on the right side of the screen and Oleksii Novikov on the left.
You know what you end up feeling this that people don't realize? Your obliques.
Yeah.
You
Good
can
point.
really feel this in your obliques because when you go to stabilize that weight, they cramp.
How do you train for this? So I know a lot of people at home say you got to get your own apparatus because you're not going to walk into just some standard gym and say, hey, by the way, do you have a 240-pound dumbbell that I can just plan cleaning with?
Yeah. No, you're not going to walk into a gym with that. There's some that are starting to buy some equipment like that, but for the most part, you need to buy the equipment yourself. And the good thing is the loadable, so you can change all the weights in it. Sand and lead shot.
So if I jump on eBay, am I going to find one of these dumbbells for a pretty good price?
No.
I'm going over to Nick Best's house to train on this one.
There you go.
All right, so if you can put up more than 5 reps in this dumbbell clean press, you're going to put yourself in the driver's seat.
Yeah, for sure. And they're both on 2. Novikov's on 3. Trey is on 3.
And they are going at it. Look at this. No wasted time, no wasted effort.
4.
Gets it.
5.
And the
Novikov's at 5.
and what people don't forget, when these guys are setting these things down, Nick, you got to have some pretty good footwork because you do not want that weight dropping on a toe.
No, you won't have a toe.
No.
So they're both on 6. Wow.
Novikov taking the lead, checks the time.
I think he's a 7.
Wow, Oleksii is just lighting it up.
Wow. Well, there's Trey still chasing after him.
You got one more in him?
Wow.
Wow, Oleksii. They love the Ukrainian warrior here in Colorado.
Yes, they do. Man, it's amazing. He is just an outrageous athlete. I mean, the things I've seen him do already, that Flintstone lift at Worlds, like 540 pounds, was out of
Unbelievable.
control.
All right, Matt Eisman's got the numbers.
Trey Mitchell, current leader, he just got 6 reps, puts him in the lead until the guy next to him, Oleksii Novikov, 8 reps.
You're a genius.
Reps.
You said it would be 7 or 8 reps to win this thing.
And it was 7 8.
Now, you aren't going to be a genius if one of these last 2 guys goes over 8, but you're right on the money. So it takes us down to the last 2 guys, Konstantin Janisha of Georgia and Mitchell Hooper of Canada, who for my money has been maybe the biggest surprise of this competition so far.
Hooper's the real deal.
And these aren't boos, these are hoops. Final event of day number 1 here at the 3rd annual Shaw Classic from the Budweiser Event Center in beautiful Loveland, Colorado. This event sponsored by Kinda Fit, Kinda Fat, as we are off and running in the dumbbell clean and press, the final pairing. It is Konstantin Janisha on the right side of your screen and Mitchell Hooper, the Canadian, on the left.
2 for Hooper. I think Konstantin's shoulders.
Yeah, he mentioned that this was not going to be one of his favorite events.
3. Let's go.
I don't think Hoop has to win this thing, though, Nick. I think as long as he gets in that top 3 or 4, the points are going to be good for him.
There's 4.
Konstantin's done.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You don't see that very often. Takes it right back to the shoulder. Ooh. You don't want to catch that in the melon either.
He's asking how much time.
Yep. How hard is it, though, once you're spent, there's not a lot left in the tank to keep going.
It's hard, but you know what? Hoop's got a little bit left in.
Look at that.
Took a little bit of a break, came back and got it. He might even get another one here. This wouldn't surprise me.
They're on their feet in Loveland.
Oh, he went too fast.
That is it.
He
Wow.
rushed that. He could have did it if he didn't rush it.
What a great way to wrap up day 1 competition here in the Dumbbell Clean and Press, sponsored by Kinda Fit, Kinda Fat. So the final pairing of Hooper and Janisha, impressive, but not as impressive as Oleksii Novikov. So that's going to be 2 wins for him. Who doesn't want a donut from your favorite Ukrainian?
I want one.
I think he's not going to make the run up here to us. I guarantee that.
Makes me kind of sad, actually.
Makes me kind of sad, too. All right, so let's talk about day 1 now.
Okay.
I mean, talk about living up to the bill, and you got the defending champion and Trey Mitchell III and Oleksii Novikov tied going into the second day. You said it best, Nick. They literally will be starting from ground zero tomorrow with 4 events to determine a champion.
You're right, they will. The interesting thing is going to be is Trey's really good at the log. So will Trey go after the 440 log? Novikov, I don't think has done a log that heavy.
Yep.
So that could be a separator. Trey's probably going to struggle with the frame and the arm over arm. Novikov will not struggle with the frame and the arm over arm.
And then you got the new event, the car leg press.
Then we got the car leg press. So that's going to be really interesting, and having done that, that's going to be real.
And you know from the history of World's Strongest Man competitions or any strongman competition, it seems like the separator, the decider is always the Atlas Stones, which goes last. Let me ask you this too, and you talk about the strategy in this event, and we've heard it from guys like Terry Hollins and Brian Shaw. You don't have to win every event.
No.
You just need to be consistently at the top of the board.
Correct. So, I mean, if you're in the top 3 in every single event, you're going to be right there at the top of the board and fighting for the win, at the end of the day.
I know everyone would love to see this happen where it comes down to the last pairing in the Atlas Stones on the last event, on the final day at the Shaw Classic.
Oh, yes.
And if it does come down to that, what is your body going through knowing the task at hand? Because those stones get heavier as you progress to the end. Getting to that last stone, the last minute, and you're head-to-head with the guy, and you're separated by half a second.
Yeah, you just basically have to throw away what your body feels like. You just have to set that aside and not care and let everything go. And if you're going to break, then that's when you break.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have to just not worry about it and not care and just go after it full bore.
Let's go full circle now. We talked about how this event has come around.
Yeah.
You're back in 2020. You're in Brian Shaw's gym working out. This is the event. It's streaming. Then last year, crowds come on a little better. But what you've seen today, the crowd has been amazing.
This has been absolutely amazing. And it's neat we can see this starting to happen in the United States. Because once we get it like this going here, there's no heights that this won't climb to.
Yeah. I've been lucky enough to be at a lot of World's Strongest Mans, even back when you were competing. The crowds were good, but this crowd tonight has been lights out. They've been engaged from the first event to the very end.
To the very end. And that energy, the athletes feed off that energy, and it's just an amazing place to compete.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you dream to compete in. So it's great.
All right, so that'll wrap up day number 1, the 3rd annual Shaw Classic. I'll tell you what, we got to, before we say goodbye though, we want to take a look at some scores and see exactly where we're at. We talked about the tie at the top of the board. So you've got a tie between the defending champion with Trey, and you've got Oleksii Novikov, and you talk about you broke down the events and who favors. At this point, if you were a betting man, and you do live in Vegas.
Yes, I do.
Who do you think the odds-on favorite is to take the competition?
Right now, because of tomorrow and the way it's going to happen, it's going to come down to the frame and the stones. If Trey is able to place in the top half in the frame carry and the arm over arm, then I think going into that, if he's a point or two behind, he can pull it off in the stones. Because there's going to be 3 or 4 guys that'll be able to beat Novikov in the stones.
Yeah. And I don't even want to discount him, but Brian Shaw is sitting in 4th place right now.
Correct.
And he is a master of the stones. And you know he's done the workout on that car leg press thingy.
Yep.
So he wins 2 events. He's right back in the driver's seat.
Well, then he can win the stones too. So, but. Yeah, so Brian by no means is counted out. And not to mention, Brian's going to be pretty ready for the log, too.
The scores, there you see him after 4 events, 4 more still to go. I think Brian Shaw's still in this thing. I think Hooper's going to be a threat as well.
Yes, he is.
Obviously, Novikov's going to be good. The defending champion, Trey Mitchell's going to be in there. So I think it all comes down to maybe 5 or 6 guys that got a shot to walk away with this title.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing that's sealed and delivered yet. But they got to come out and fight up and ready to go tomorrow.
And as you said, Nick, from your experience, the feeling they're going to get when that wake-up call comes tomorrow morning is going to be pain.
Well, yeah, you're going to roll out of bed and you're going to get to the shower, and a hot shower as quickly as you can.
Well, our thanks to all the sponsors, Rogue Fitness, Celsius, Evolution Athletics. We also want to thank 4.0 Solutions, Rogue Fitness, Alberson Cement Company, and Kind of Fit, Kind of Fat. We appreciate them for being a part of this 3rd annual Shaw Classic as the fans now continue to pour out of the Budweiser Event Center here in beautiful Loveland, Colorado. My thanks to Nick Best for filling in and helping us out. Terry Hollins will be back. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be ready to roll for the 2nd and final day. But what an event. What a way to start things off here in Colorado, the 3rd annual Shaw Classic. That'll put a wrap. So for Terry Hollins, Nick Best, Matt Eisman, and our entire crew here in Colorado, I'm Todd Harris saying so long for now. We'll see you tomorrow for much more of the Shaw Classic version 3.0.